Did you know that right now, in April 2026, thousands of Americans just like you may be receiving extra money in their Social Security checks, money they were actually owed for years but never received? If that surprises you, you are definitely not alone. So many hard-working people who spent decades contributing to this country are only now discovering that a long-overdue law is finally putting more dollars back into their pockets. If you want to make sure you are getting every single cent you deserve this month, then stay right here, because this video is made just for you. I am so glad you are watching, and I promise, by the end of this, you are going to feel much more confident and informed about your benefits. If you find this helpful, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an important update, and drop a comment below telling me what Social Security questions are on your mind right now. Now, let us dive right into the heart of what is happening with Social Security this April, because there is genuinely a lot to unpack, and every single piece of it could have a real, meaningful impact on your financial life. Let us start with the big news that has been quietly making waves across the country, the Social Security Fairness Act. If you have never heard of this law before, do not worry, because you are about to understand exactly what it means for you and why it matters so much right now. For many years, two provisions buried deep inside the Social Security rulebook were quietly reducing the benefits of millions of Americans who had worked in certain public sector jobs. These provisions were called the Windfall Elimination Provision, often referred to simply as the WEP, and the Government Pension Offset, known as the GPO. These two rules had a profound effect on teachers, firefighters, police officers, postal workers, and countless other public servants who gave the best years of their lives to serving their communities. Even though they had paid into Social Security and earned those benefits fair and square, these provisions chipped away at what they were rightfully owed. For many retirees, that meant hundreds of dollars less every single month, year after year after year. But here is the good news, and it is truly wonderful news worth celebrating. The Social Security Fairness Act changed all of that. The WEP and the GPO have now been permanently removed. And what that means, in practical terms, is that the Social Security Administration, the SSA, has been working diligently to not only increase the monthly benefit amounts for those affected going forward, but also to pay back the money that was wrongfully withheld in the past. These are called retroactive payments, and the SSA has been actively sending them out. If you or someone you love was affected by either of these provisions, the agency has indicated that most people who are owed a one-time retroactive payment should have received it by the end of March. So if you have been checking your bank account or mailbox and wondering whether a larger deposit was coming your way, this is exactly what that payment is all about. Now, here is something very important the SSA wants you to know, and I cannot stress this enough. Please be patient and wait until after you receive your April monthly payment before reaching out to the SSA with questions about your new benefit amount. I know that can feel like a long time to wait, especially when you have questions swirling around in your head. But the reason they ask for this patience is actually quite logical. Your April payment will already reflect the permanent removal of the WEP and GPO offsets, so once you see that payment land, you will have a much clearer picture of your new monthly benefit going forward. Calling before that April payment arrives may only lead to frustration, especially given some of the service challenges we will talk about in just a moment. So hold tight, let April arrive, and then take stock of your situation with a full picture in front of you. Speaking of April arriving, let us walk through the payment schedule for this month, because knowing exactly when your check is coming can make a tremendous difference in your peace of mind and your financial planning. The Social Security payment schedule is organized around birthdays and benefit types, and once you understand the pattern, it becomes quite easy to follow. On April 1st, which fell on a Wednesday, Supplemental Security Income Payments, what most people call SSI, went out. Then on April 3rd, a Friday, benefits were distributed to those who began receiving Social Security before May of 1997, as well as those who received both Social Security and SSI simultaneously. From there, the schedule follows your birth date. If your birthday falls anywhere between the 1st and the 10th of the month, your payment arrives on April 8th. For those with birthdays between the 11th and the 20th, the payment date is April 15th. And if your birthday falls between the 21st and the 31st, you can expect your payment on April 22nd. It is a straightforward system once you see it laid out like this, and knowing your specific date means you can plan ahead, whether that is making sure a bill is covered, scheduling a grocery run, or simply giving yourself peace of mind that your money is on the way. Now, while we are thinking about money and planning ahead, let us shift our attention to something that is just on the horizon but absolutely worth keeping your eye on, the cost of living adjustment, or COLA, for the year 2027. I know, it might feel a little early to be thinking about next year when we are still in the middle of April 2026, but the process of determining next year's COLA actually begins right now with monthly inflation data. This month, a very important Consumer Price Index report, often called the CPI, is being released. This report measures how much everyday prices are changing across the country, from groceries to gas to healthcare, and it serves as one of the first major data points in calculating what your benefit increase might look like next year. Based on current trends and early estimates from financial analysts who follow these numbers closely, there is reason for cautious optimism. Forecasters are currently projecting a potential COLA for 2027 somewhere in the mid-3% range. Now, that is not a confirmed number, it is an early estimate, and it will be refined as more monthly inflation reports come in throughout the rest of the year. But it does suggest that if inflation continues on its current path, beneficiaries could see a meaningful increase when 2027 arrives. We will keep watching these numbers closely, and as more concrete figures emerge, we will bring them straight to you here. Now let us talk about something that affects a lot of people but does not always get the attention it deserves, accessing your Social Security information and services, especially in a way that is convenient, reliable, and does not leave you sitting on hold for what feels like forever. The SSA recently hit a remarkable milestone. There are now over 100 million personal, My Social Security online accounts. That is an extraordinary number, and it reflects just how many Americans have embraced the convenience of managing their benefits from home. If you have not yet created your personal account on the SSA's official website, I genuinely encourage you to consider it. Through that portal, you can download your SSA 1099 form for tax filing purposes, review your payment history, and even check your personalized payment schedule for the year. This is especially important right now, because the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, a respected nonprofit organization that tracks government services, has recently reported a significant surge in dropped calls and extended wait times for appointments at Social Security offices around the country. For many of us who grew up picking up the phone to handle important matters, that instinct is completely understandable. But the reality is that the phone lines are under enormous strain right now, and using the online tools whenever possible is genuinely the fastest and least frustrating path forward. If you have a family member or trusted friend who can help you set up or navigate the online portal, this is a wonderful time to lean on that support. And for those of you who are 65 or older and have been navigating the Medicare landscape alongside your Social Security, there is one more important update worth knowing. The general enrollment period for Medicare Part B closed on March 31st. If you missed that window, it does not mean you are without options. You can still log into your Medicare account online to check your current coverage status and explore what steps might be available to you going forward. Staying on top of your Medicare coverage is just as important as staying on top of your Social Security benefits, because the two often work hand in hand in keeping you healthy and financially secure. What makes all of these updates, the retroactive payments, the payment schedule, the COLA preview, the digital tools, what makes them truly meaningful is not just the numbers themselves. It is what those numbers represent. They represent years of hard work. Early mornings, long shifts, sacrifices made so that families could thrive. Every dollar in a Social Security benefit is a dollar that was earned, and you deserve to receive every cent of it with clarity, confidence, and dignity. The system is not always easy to navigate, and sometimes it can feel overwhelming or even a little frustrating. But the more informed you are, the better equipped you are to make it work for you, and that is exactly what we are here for together. As we wrap up this conversation today, I want you to carry with you a sense of calm and confidence. Whether you are waiting on a retroactive payment, double-checking your April payment date, or just keeping an eye on what next year's COLA might bring, you are doing exactly the right thing by staying informed. Knowledge really is power, especially when it comes to protecting and growing your financial future. So let us head into the final part of today's video, where I will pull everything together and leave you with a few key takeaways you can act on right away.